Welcome to the Clubroom Show, the monthly show where we bring on local sports people to talk about their journey in sport and other interesting topics. So my guest today is Paige Smyth from Ulster Rugby, Rachel McCann, 400 metre runner, recently competed in the Paris Olympics, and our sponsors, Marc from SmartPay NI. So first of all, Paige, tell us about how you decided sort of to change sports. Of course, there's a lot of transferable skills from GAA to rugby, but when was that moment for you where you eventually said, right, I want to change, I want to now actually play rugby?
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of people that have grew up with sports and participated in like competitive sort of things throughout their life, always think, oh, if I didn't invest my time into this, what else would I do? What else would I play? So in my head, I was always passionate about football, always played Gaelic, and in the background I always thought, what, if I didn't play this, what else would I love to do? And I always thought, I'd love to play rugby someday. So just with how big the commitment was to football, we'd train in 3 nights a week for county, and then you'd try and get in a club session. I was playing uni football as well, so it was a lot of my time.
So it was very time consuming.
Yeah,
you just trying to fit it all in.
So there was never really that possibility or that chance to just throw in a wee rugby session.
Do you see any differences in terms of your routine changing from? I know they're similar. But is there any differences in how you train or your weekly routine? Has it changed a lot?
So no, since I changed, like I said, time management, thankfully because of what I was used to, and giving my evenings free for training, I just went straight over. But it was actually whenever I was fortunate enough to win an All-Ireland with my down team. Excellent. Which some people never would get the chance, the opportunity to play in Croke Park or to succeed that way. So it was after that I thought, you know what, I've committed this past 4 years to my county. I love it, love the girls, such a passion for it, but thought now would be the best time to try something new. So if I didn't do it now...
How long do you wait?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And
I thought we had a wee bit of an off season, so I thought, you know what, come winter, I'll just go out, throw a rugby ball around, see how it gets me.
And in terms of your sporting journey from when it started to where you are now, is there any sort of role models you've had in sport or anybody you've looked up to that's really inspired you to keep going and progress?
Yeah, so I wasn't like massive into watching sports or didn't follow any Twitters or like really have any like famous role models. It was more kind of local legends, in my eyes. So there was always the likes of like Kyla Traynor, who was like a senior lady in my club, that would always encourage me. Like they sort of seen the potential in me as a younger athlete coming through and always encouraging me. So that kind of personal aspect, I think, was really nice to look up to. So yeah, more local legends.
And what's your 400 metre time?
I'm not as fast as this girl. I'm not even going to say it before I embarrass myself.
So talking about 400 metre times, joined by also Rachel McCann, who competed in the Paris. She also runs 53.60, which is now the 4th fastest time on the list, I believe. Yeah. So you're in there with some great company, and obviously you'll be looking to even improve in that time. So tell us about why 400 metres. I know track and field athletes, when you're younger, you probably get to test a lot of different events.
Yeah, so I joined the North Down sprinting group just before I started secondary school, and I started 1s and 2s, and it was kind of a natural, forced almost progression up to 3s that I just wasn't fast enough. I needed more distance every single time. I needed a little bit extra speed and distance to get the next person, so I moved up to 3s as they became like a thing in my age group, and then up to 4s.
And it's very repetitive running. It's not like other sports, you're doing the same thing day in, day out. It's very hard to, because you're just hitting them intervals. It's a lot of training, a lot of the same type of training.
Yeah, I guess the good thing with 4s is there's so many different aspects. So I do like pure speed work, speed endurance, lactic sessions and endurance. Like they are different. Like it is a lot of running, but it is different running.
Is there any, like as you're getting older, is there any sort of, you thinking maybe could I even go even up to 800, or is 400 your thing and you're thinking 400 only, that's me?
I did think about moving up to 8s, but this season went so well for me. Like the previous season was a bit of a mess that I just was injured constantly. I was like, maybe I should try something new and move up to 8s, but this season just things clicked, and I know there's so much more improvement I can make. And then having the relays there too, like there's more opportunities with 4s to kind of go to that elite level.
And that moment, waiting to be selected, obviously the greatest moment we've had so far is going to Paris as part of the team for the Olympics. You had to wait quite a while to know you were going. You didn't know, so you were probably one of the last athletes to know that you're on the plane to Paris.
Yes.
So tell us about the selection process and the waiting game to sort of go.
Yeah, so we qualified. I was there when we qualified in the Bahamas with the women and the mixed 4x4 team back in the start of May. But then you can't be selected based on that team. It comes down to like the nationals, which was in June. So that's where I ran my PB and came second. So I knew I was with an outside shot of getting selected, but there was a lot of girls.
There's always that
around
chance.
me. Yeah.
You want to have it confirmed, and then you can start celebrating.
Yeah,
You want to celebrate
yeah,
too, right?
exactly.
But growing up in your journey in sport, was there any sort of role models that made you pick athletics or made you really inspire you to keep going at your sport?
Like I loved watching the athletics on the TV, like Jess Ennis-Hill winning gold, and the London 2012 was obviously quite big, like impactful games. And then now I'm kind of seeing people my own age get up to that level, like Keely Hodgkinson. Like I've seen her compete since I was under 18 at the Europeans. And then others like Femke Ball, they're quite inspiring. And then at an Irish level too, like Sophie Becker, Charlene Maudsley, Rashida, all of them compete at such high level.
And are you a rugby fan? Do you go to
Um,
Kingspan, or are you a big rugby fan?
I haven't been to Kingspan yet. I did go back in 2013 when
Have you ever played rugby?
Sullivan. I did.
You did?
Briefly,
There you
very
go.
briefly.
You can help Paige with her running techniques, and you can help her with her rugby. So there's a
I'll jump on
combination
her back
there.
during her sprints.
So finally, we also have a guest today. He's a sponsor, but he's also a boxer. He also did a bit of boxing this time.
Retired.
He's retired. How long have you been retired? How old?
7 years.
A long time. But you're really into your boxing. You're actually going on Saturday to watch.
I'm going to watch AJ and
Yep.
and
So-
on Saturday night. So I'm looking forward to that.
But tell us a bit about the journey SmartPay NI's had. Obviously, there's not really a lot of card providers out. There's not really a lot of people out there doing
No,
that.
it would be they're big global kind of companies.
Okay.
The likes of your WorldPay, and they're based all around the world. There's nobody local.
Yeah.
In Northern Ireland or Ireland.
Do you think
locally
it's
based.
the case of people want a local face? People want somebody they can go to for help.
It's people want a local face and people want local support. I mean, there's nothing worse for a business owner on a Saturday or Friday night and their terminals are down and they can't ring anybody. They ring a call centre, the business owner's not there, and the staff can't speak to them because they can't pass the security or whatever the case may be. But we're on the ground and we're a family-run business, so it's 24/7.
And how many years has SmartPay NI?
We've been up and running now 7 years. 7 years in August. The first couple of years was.
So you were probably one of the first to actually, from Northern Ireland point of view, come in and start doing it.
There's always been guys that'll work in Northern Ireland for the UK based companies, but again they have to ring the UK company and for their support or whatever the case may be.
And tell us about you're really investing a lot of time and energy into supporting sport. How influential can sport be in business, and why sport? Why is sport such a big thing for a business like this?
Sport's a big thing because there's a wide reach with sport, whether it be boxing, golf, which I am.
Can you play rugby?
No, but John, who's my business partner's son, I was just going to say he's actually in New York. He's got a scholarship playing rugby at the minute.
Just shows the opportunities, doesn't it?
So he's been there for.
And my second question: what's your 400 meter time?
Before
is it 53.60?
No, my 5K time is 19:05.
Not
I
bad.
could be
It's
doing
not
that.
bad, and
Could you? You can run 5K under 19, can you?
Not
I
push.
done a run. Not last year, the year before for NSPCC. I done 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours, which I didn't know I was signed up for doing.
So it was a surprise. So you like
was a
surprises?
surprise.
Not a great
Well,
surprise.
You pleasantly surprise yourself.
Some surprises.
It's almost better that way. Sometimes
But I couldn't. My athletics career was longer than rugby career. I think I went there one rugby training and says, right, where do you play? He says, have you played rugby before? He says no. He says to me, just get the ball and run with it. Here's me
You
right.
think it's that easy?
I said, get the ball and run with it. I was playing second row. I tackled this guy. He just kept running. I was attached to his legs. His legs were bigger than my waist. He just kept running.
That's my biggest fear.
He just kept running. And then I don't know if you remember the Odyssey Indoors years ago, 2009. Used to be indoor athletics. So I made in 2009. I did 400 meters. Didn't get elite. It was a really fast heat, and I moved up to 800. And I think there was a lot of good 800 meter runners then. There was Marc was coming through, and James McElroy was running. he was going to go to his last Commonwealth Games in Delhi. And I think he still was the 100 metre time. I think it was 1:45 something, 300. But that's what you go up to 800 now. But but it's great to have such a wide range of sports. And yourself, I've talked about them too, having role models. Have you any role models in sport that you looked up to, or people that you said, when I grow up, I want to be just like that?
There was a few. It was more touch on what you said earlier about local role models. My grandfather, who was my coach, would have been my kind of role model in a way. And then growing up would have been like Secure Frampton, Ricky Hatton, things like that. That would have inspired you, but I only got this certain level and I just didn't want to.
I feel like
Didn't want to commit.
local sort of like legends or whatever, like there's attributes that you can learn from
you can
them,
learn
do you know,
from
rather
them.
than seeing someone like
you can relate to
physically,
them.
yeah, you're really good, I want to, perform like that. You learn a lot more that you can even carry into businesses and things like that. Like I feel like you learn a lot more on a
And you
personal
think
level.
how sports changed to the way it played back then, like for example, the rugby rules have changed a lot. How your role models played it, how they played it back then, or how like what was a pair of spikes like 50 years ago?
Yeah.
You're putting on a pair of leather spikes, the cinder track, all the sports science. How big a thing is sports science and helping you become a better athlete.
That's actually what I studied in university.
Right.
Just graduated last year.
Okay.
And like games, any sort of sport they're in, constant like adaptations, constant changes to like tactics in games, to like the physiology side, what way you can improve running, like you were saying about your different types of training, like how you're physically adapting to the sport to be better, you know what I mean? There's so many things to take into
if you could
consideration.
have one thing, I know there's still a lot of 2024 left, but let's look to next year, 2025. I know it's not Christmas yet, but
you think so?
They're selling the stuff in the shop.
It's 24 degrees.
And I'm going to do the December show in a Santa outfit, but
you start filling out a wee bit
that should get a few. I'll get the pad. I'll get the pad.
I'll be one of your elves.
Right, okay, we'll make it happen. If you had one sort of thing that you want to achieve in 2025, what would that be? Paige first, what would you want to do?
That's a good question.
One thing that you can say, right, if I could pick one thing next year that I want to achieve, what would that be?
I ask her first.
Okay, Rachel, you're in the spotlight. It's 2025. Would it be a sub 53 400 metre run?
Yeah, and then hopefully with that would come the European Indoors World Championship selection, but they are all kind of like accumulated together, yeah.
But you would class as one achievement if you get athletics. It's all about stopwatch, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all about the time. You can, whereas team sports, you can sort of have other. You can sort of if somebody's having a bad day, you can sort of all group in and maybe get them over the line, because not everybody getting everybody to perform at the same time. For a team, it's very hard.
Very unlikely.
Where you're out there on your own, you stop running, game's over.
Yeah.
But you can say, right, somebody's injured,
Make
the sub. We can't sub you off and bring somebody back on again. But what about from a business point of view, Mark? What would you like to see SmartPay NI do? One thing.
Keep growing. Year. Just keep growing like we're doing. We employ all local. We employ all local people. We have a lot of staff, so we're proud of that. Given the local community. Jobs.
Yep.
We're constantly employing. We're employing now at the moment for more customer service roles and more sales guys, sales ladies as well. So just keep growing. Just keep doing what we're doing.
Every customer is a step further.
Every customer is a step forward, and no matter how big or small they are, they all are all treated the same.
It's not just actually getting the customer; it's keeping them. It's even harder. Getting them is one thing. Keeping them is another thing.
That's what we're really good at. We don't have a big churn of people coming and people going, because we look after our customers. They've got a dedicated account manager who will manage their business from application, they install, the aftercare, and anything that they need, we're their beck and call 24/7.
So so in this part of the show, we're going to get our guests to ask each other questions. So it's a way for them to find out about each other, what their sport they're in, and what type of their journey has been. So we're going to ask our guests to sort of ask each other questions on that. So we're going to start with Paige. Do you want to ask any of our guests questions on?
Yeah, so I have a question for Mark.
Yes.
Just about your business and like what if you studied, what you study, how'd you know find this is the kind of career choice that you want to go down, how you established it?
So I left school before my last A level, and then I started working in Belfast. Funny enough, like a collections company, like a call center. So it was like ringing around, like on a diner,
Straight in customer
people that
service.
owed money or didn't pay for a car, and it was like highly abusive
Yeah.
every day. And then my uncle, who's my business partner, we started like a kind of like a telesales company, booking appointments for other types of businesses like web designers, solar companies, just anybody that needed sales. And then we came up with the idea of payments, and we just started knocking doors, and now
Took it up from
we are
there.
where we are.
People
Just
say it's tough to work with family. How do you get on? All
no
right.
comment.
Good days and bad days.
No comment.
Say no more.
Okay, so anything for Rachel?
Yeah, so I obviously come from a background of like team sports and the social aspect. Like I find my training sessions, my travelling to matches, my like game day preparation, you obviously have a wee sort of lonely aspect. You know, put your headphones on, you can take time to yourself, like everyone respects each other's individual prep, but it's very social. Even after debriefs and stuff, there's always kind of someone there. If you're having a bad day, there's someone to pull you along, or if you're having a good day, you're able to pull someone else along. So how do you find it being, you know, like a more of an isolated sport? Or
Well, I've got a good training group. I've just moved groups the past few months, so to have that kind of group atmosphere and like training partners has helped massively. Like it can be a really lonely sport without it. Just doing laps and laps on the track by yourself. It's quite mind numbing, but having that support's really helped. But there is pressure, like in competition wise, like being a solo sport, like it's all down to you. You don't have like your team to kind of help with your spirits or anything, or nerves or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's just you in the call room, and then
do you
onto
get
the
to connect
start
like
line.
with like the other sort of like
Oh, yeah.
international people? Like I know it's
Yeah.
obviously competitive and stuff, but would you find like is there someone you met like from a different country years ago that you'd be in contact with now, or people that you
Yeah.
look forward to see again at other competitions?
Yeah, so this year was the first time I really competed internationally, and you get like set up in hotels with complete strangers, and you just
Yeah.
meet like the loveliest of people. Like I've not had a bad experience with
That's
it.
really exciting
Touch
to
wood,
hear
it
to do
stays
that.
like that. Yeah, so you get to meet people all across the world,
Yeah.
and then like from our relay team point of view, like that is our big team thing, and that's huge to
Yeah.
have that.
That's good. And then when you're running laps and stuff together, listen to music, or is it just like in the zone?
No, I don't listen to music, but
Someday.
Trying to change song.
Yeah.
200 meter mark
Yeah.
is my second.
I
I
know.
went through. Let me know once that you know.
Yeah.
But so okay, Rachel, your turn. You're now asking questions to these two guests.
Yes. How did you figure out what position to play when you moved from Gaelic to rugby? Like.
So I obviously like didn't know a single thing about the sport. Like I just showed up and was like, I want to play it. I didn't know anyone on the team that I joined. I didn't know anything. I just knew I'm strong and I'm fast and I'm going to just take that with me. So fortunately, whenever I moved to Ballinhinch, which was just by chance the closest club to me, I thought I'll go there. The fullback had left to go to Australia, so they seen me come in and thought, happy days, this girl can catch a ball, stick her in fullback. So it just worked out by
Decision made.
chance. It was just
Decision
laid out
made.
for me. So yeah, when I played for club, it was fullback, and then I was very fortunate to make the Interpros this season. So like officially now I've been playing rugby 12 months, and that's been it. So I've managed to be in France. I've played sevens, and I was put as a forward in that. And then yeah, this year Interpros, they put me on the wing because they've seen a bit of pace, and also I don't think you can mess up as much out there getting the ball, and
Somebody can bail you out.
yeah, once you're in the middle and having to connect with other people, I can kind of ruin their lines and stuff. So yeah, I just trust the people around me. They kind of put me in somewhere they think I'm able to be. So I'm very fortunate to have more and more opportunities coming. So maybe end up in a different position at some stage.
Yeah.
So just go with the flow, see
Yeah.
where it
That's
sits. Constantly learning. I'm open minded, so I'm happy. You know, taking anything as it comes and just giving it a try.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so the question for Mark.
Yeah, I guess like coming into like a business, how did you go, like how did you know what to do? I guess is it trial and error?
Trial and error.
Yeah.
Didn't know what to do. very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's going to happen, or are you going to sign customers, or are you not going to sign customers. So it's kind of, when we started, it's kind of like sport,
Yeah.
more like your sport, where it's you and there's nobody else to
Yeah.
help you. If you don't get the sales in, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
And now, as we have a team, we're like more the your kind of sport,
Yeah.
where you're not like a captain of as such,
Yeah.
or a manager, where they're looking at you for maybe, you know, help on this, or
I suppose everyone has their role.
everybody has a
their
role,
place, and they all sort of add to
but
the
they all
scenario.
depend on you and your,
Keep 'em right.
you know, they keep them right, and they make sure everything runs as smoothly as possible for them.
Yeah.
So it is daunting, but you just have to.
You need to be brave, don't you?
It's just it's a bit of a slog, but
Yeah.
you just have to stick at it.
Worth it. Yeah.
Take a chance, yeah.
Worth it.
Speaking about being brave, it's your chance to answer 2 questions now. So one to
Right.
Rachel and one to Paige.
Rachel, what was your favourite landmark in Paris? Because I've just been there.
I
Great
didn't
question.
actually
Great
get to
question.
see that many.
Everybody says Eiffel Tower. Everybody.
I didn't get to see that many, but we did on the last day go up to see the Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
And we got to see it
You go,
from
easy.
up high in the RTE studio, so that was like an uninterrupted view of it. It was incredible. Just
Did
to
anyone
see it.
propose to you while you were there?
No, unfortunately not.
Paige, what do you prefer, Gaelic or rugby?
I've been asked this so many times, I'm not even
Let's,
surprised. So many people ask me this, but I have such a passion for football because, like, the community with Gaelic, wherever you're from is who you play for, you know what I mean? And, like, I have so many friends, I've, like, learned so much from the sport, so I have such a soft spot for it, but the opportunities that have opened up for me being, like, playing rugby is insane. Like I said, like, I got to Croke Park, I won All Ireland. I was so fortunate. One of the best days, highlights of my life.
Fantastic.
And so yeah, that was just remarkable. But that's as far as I'll go. Like, I've done it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, like,
So
now playing rugby within the past
ask you
year.
in 10 years time then?
Yeah, within the past year, I've been to France. I've met a whole new group of girls. I'm, like, currently starting off, like, in an NTS squad, so it's National Talent Squad. So within that, like, I'm getting personal, like, nutrition plans, S&C plans, like, personal skills. So it's so many more opportunities, and for girls especially, like, I came into that program, say, at this level here, and there's girls starting off that are 16, so there's a pathway for everyone. So it's not like, oh, I'm 15 now, I can't, like, start a sport. It's like, no matter what age you are, you know, if you want to do something, you just have to go and give it a try. You have to be brave, you know what I mean? You don't know what's going to happen, what's around the corner. Whether you like it, you just have to do what you enjoy. So
Do you think, I know both of you are really at the start of your sporting journey, but do you think there's a stage where you'll say, right, I want to get into something like coaching and really help the younger generation or those athletes or rugby players of the future? Do you want to sort of go into a coaching role at some stage after you've, I know it's a long way away, I know you're very young, I know it's maybe ages away, you're not as old as me, but it's a long way away, but is that something that would interest you?
Yeah, I've done a little bit. I've got some coaching qualifications. Like, I've done the Coach to 5K with Queen's Sport, which I really love doing. Like, it was very different to, like, my kind of sprinting, but to watch people progress and have, like, their goal was to run 5K, and to watch them all do it is so rewarding from, like, my aspect, even though I wasn't the one actually doing it, but watching them succeed really helps. I'd love to work with children later down the line and kind of help with their growth in the sport too.
You're not going to retire for a very long time yet. You're not retiring for, what is it, another 10 years, maybe more?
At least 4.
At least. You have harder decisions. Are you going to try and coach both sports? Or are you going to go to one or the other?
do you know what? So I actually work for a company at the minute, Sportstopia, and they're like multi-sports coaching.
Right.
So I'm
Best of
able to
both.
connect with kids, and, you know, like, I have a wee bit of rugby skills here, Gaelic skills, played a bit of soccer, so I'm very fortunate to, you know, get them all a wee bit of a taste of something else, and they can pick then, you know, what is the role I want to go on future to do, what do I enjoy, so there's no pressure, like, go in just, right, you all have to be soccer players here.
No.
But I think from, like, a business perspective, you know, you look at the long-term goals, you look where you want to be, you're setting plans for in 10 years' time, this is what I need to achieve. I personally have always went by, like, I need to go to school, I need to focus on schoolwork here, and, you know, like, prioritise things as they come and where I am at the minute. and I'm so fortunate in the sports that I've played. Like, I've been doing what I enjoy, and I've been taking it as it comes. So you ask me, like, what do I hope to achieve next year? You know, like, my goals are, I have always just had little goals, you know, that I know I can achieve this if I work hard, and by doing what I love, I've been very fortunate to just achieve them as they come. So being able to, you know, work with kids, like, I have been exposed to so much more now and opportunities that, like, I want to be able to be there for kids and say, look, this is what you can go on to do. You just pick what you love and, you know, invest your time into something that as you go along, you're having fun.
Yeah,
That's the main
and that's
thing.
the main thing, and you keep seeing it for a long time. It's not one of these things you try. It keeps you there for, and there's so many different qualities are brought that can be brought from sport into other aspects of your life.
Because it can be hard. Like, if you set a goal and say, right, that's it, I want to go to the Olympics someday. You know, for, like, everyone would love to go to the Olympics. Like, I love to have been in France and a lot of the girls in the sevens and stuff. And I'm like, that's amazing. But you need to be realistic in life too. Like, of course, it's there, it's achievable, but you need to, like, get the wee thing. Like, you don't. Not everyone can turn around and say, that's it, I'm an Olympian. You know, you work hard. There's so many things to it, build up to it. You know what I mean?
A lot of people even say I would actually just like to go to the Commonwealth Games. Right, Glasgow's just been awarded.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's maybe one of your targets is going to get to the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. I know they're bringing in different sports. You know, rugby has been brought into the Olympics recently, and it's actually quite a popular sport. A lot of people that watch the Olympics tune into these different sports, and it's good to see that the Olympics has just expanded. Like, the Olympics 30-40 years ago only had a certain amount of sports, but it's expanded to include all these different sports.
Yeah, and for the women especially, there's a woman I was fortunate enough to play with during, like, a uni sevens tournament, Ashley Baxter.
Yep.
She recently had a daughter and was in the Olympics, and they had, like, facilities and all for a wee girl, and, like, for women especially, you know, there's obviously like, careers and all come into place, children, like, commitments outside of life, but the fact that people are now being supported, you know, like, there's opportunities in jobs, or there's, like, childcare, there's, like, more opportunities for women especially to go and do things that they want to do and to reach things like the Olympics, you know what I mean?
And the final thing, have any three of you any questions for me?
Where are you taking us for lunch?
There's tea at the back of that room there. There's free tea and coffee. We've really discussed this. Tea, coffee included. You know, it's included in the room booking. I've still got the quiz here from the videographer. Connor's design. He stayed up all night doing this, didn't you? So you did.
I suppose you're exposed to so many sports, speaking to so many people, meeting so many people. Is there, like, have you any regrets? Is there anything that you're like, I wish, you know, I had it done, stuck to that, or do you love what you're doing at the minute? Do you love, you know, getting to know people?
I think when everything works well, there's no better feeling. But you have to sort of be the guy. You have if something doesn't go right, you have to be the one to say, look, it's my fault. Which is okay. You don't have to have all the answers, and everything can't go right all the time. And it's just sport. There's other things in life as well. So I think if somebody told me that when I was a sports person, look, it's just sport. There's other things. There's other things.
More important things in life.
Yeah.
It's the same in business as well.
Which
things go wrong. So
I didn't take it like that. I thought, if I don't have sport, I've got nothing. Which isn't good.
And you don't need to be at an elite level, at a high level to enjoy sport. You know, there's a lot of people that I'm very close with that go and they play club games, and, you know, there's club championships, there's, like, amateur levels that bring so much joy. There's people I know in the gym, they do their sessions during the week, and I think this, like, I've achieved something this week, I feel great, and I love that. Like, everyone has their own.
I think when you're younger, it's hard to sort of see other people around improving you, but you're not improving. It's like if people's PBs are dropping and you're in that group, your PBs aren't dropping, but they're all getting success. It's
deflating.
Like, it is, but you have to understand that everybody can get better within themselves, but not everybody can be walking about with Olympic gold medal. It can't happen.
Exactly. There's success in so many more things in life. Like, my sister, for example, like, there's 4 of us, and, like, she sees me doing so well with all these sports, but she's a career. She's her own house. You know, she is doing so well in so many different aspects in life, and I'm just as proud of her as she is of me. So, like you said, there's so much more to it, and there's...
Because I don't understand, them sports people still exist after sport. They're still about doing other stuff.
Exactly.
But I have one question for you. Boxing prediction for the fight on Saturday. Are you predicting stoppage, the round, KO?
which fight?
All of them. Give me a prediction in every fight.
Kikachi.
Clean sweep.
Kikachi wins. Stops Warrington and the 10th round.
10th round stoppage.
10th
Wait there,
round
write this down so I can go to the bookies after. Okay.
Joshua stops Dubois within 4 rounds.
4 rounds. Okay. 8 people for these together. To get the best odds. All right. No, but thanks very much for coming. Hope you enjoyed it, and it was great talking to you all. And I hope all the best for obviously the remainder of the year and for 2025. Hope all you continue to achieve in your sport. So it was. Thanks very much for coming along.
Thank you.
Thank you.